So let's get into this dream that I wanted to share with you all. This dream I had on December 29th, 2025. And I was at what seemed to be a very large holiday family gathering. And the only times that I have been at gatherings like this, especially with my family, is either on one of three holidays. I don't know which one it was. It's either, Thanksgiving, either Christmas, or maybe like a New Year's party. That would be the only reason for a gathering like this. I'm not sure which one of those it was, but it was a gathering that seemed to be, I would say, on one of those holidays. Now, we were all sitting in the family room. I had people to the right of me, and I had people also to the left of me, and I was sitting in a chair in the middle, and we were all sitting facing the fireplace, and above the fireplace was this, massive big screen TV. And on this TV, I was looking at, like down on the bottom part of the TV, I was looking at the prices for the cryptocurrency prices, and it was the crypto markets. And as I was looking, my eyes got fixed on one particular cryptocurrency, and it was TERRA LUNA CLASSIC, LUNC or LUNC. And as I was watching this, during the course of this dream, the Lord showed me it was actually 8 different prices that I saw as the price was, fluctuating rapidly. And what I saw initially is when my eyes were fixed on the price of LUNC, I first saw it hit 20 cents, and then it kept rising from there. Okay, then next I saw it continue to increase, and it hit 47 cents. And then after that, LUNC continued to go up. It hit 50 cents. Then it continued to rise after that. After that, I saw LUNC hit $1. And then after it hit $1, it kept increasing and going up. I then saw it hit, this was like a few moments later, I was talking to someone or looking away or something, and then it hit $5. And then, a few moments later, I saw the, TV again, and then the price was at $7. And then after that, LUNC actually hit double digits. I saw the price at $10. And then the highest that I saw it before the dream ended, which was the last price, the 8th price, I saw LUNC at $14. And I remember I was like rushing to try to sell some LUNC and, checking on sell orders and all this stuff. And I saw that a sell order filled at $14. And then after that sell order filled and I saw, that the price was $14 of LUNC, then the dream just, boom, abruptly ended.
So let's go ahead and see if we can analyze this dream that was given to our brother from Yah. But first, I have to let you all know that I'm most definitely not a financial advisor, so anything that I'm about to discuss in this year video should not be taken as any type of financial advice. Now, first, you must all know that this dream is very similar to that of the dream that Drew Wyatt had received, of him seeing LUNC rising up to 10 cents and beyond. It's also the same move that Christopher Harris had also seen as well.
I didn't see where in the dream, but it was very low, and I saw it rise up past 10 cents, and it kept on going to $1.20, and I saw it at $1.20, and the dream, that's all I saw for the price. I don't know if it stayed there. I don't know if it kept going, but I saw it move to $1.20.
So Drew Wyatt said he saw the move went up to 10 cents, but 10 cents wasn't the top because there's a wick above it. And Christopher Harris stated that the move went on to pump beyond 10 cents and all the way up to $1.20. Now, with this brother, I find it to be very interesting. He said the first number that he saw was 20 cents. And regardless of that, this is still that same move that will go, it's a dollar move. It's basically a move that will take it up beyond $1. You see, and you have to put yourself in this brother's shoes. If you were the one who would receive this dream, where would you be considering to put your sell orders? And you see, Yah gives different people different price points because many other people, he has given them the price points around 1 cent, 1 cent to 2 cents, while others, he gives them much, much higher price points at around, like for example, this brother here, the lowest you've seen, he saw in this particular dream was 20 cents. And why is that? Because like I tried to explain to you guys before, LUNC will have, personally, this is just my opinion, LUNC will first pump up to around the 1 cent area, then it will have a massive sell-off, it will have a pullback, only to pump higher. Now, we don't know the time frame between these two moves that it's going to make, or it could be even a number of moves, because as I tried to explain before earlier as well, for many of you guys also out there who's also experienced in the markets, you already know this as well. Nothing goes straight up or straight down. There's going to be pullbacks along the way. You see, so in my personal opinion, what this brother here have seen is the actual bigger pump, which is the $1 move. I'm going to call it the $1 move. It's going to go higher than $1, but I'm just going to call it the $1 move for LUNC. That's what this brother here has seen. So in essence, there's a 1 cent move where LUNC is going to pump up to around 1 cent, perhaps around 2 cents. I don't know how high that pump will go before it starts to pull back. So we have one going to around 1 cent. And then we have another pump, which is going to take LUNC well beyond $1. And what this here brother have seen, I personally believe, is that pump that will take it up to $1. So knowing all of this, what should be your moves? Okay, so out of wisdom, I've come to the conclusion that your sell orders for LUNC should mirror that of Shiba Inu. Now, if you've been watching this channel for some time, I've been telling you guys several times that the Shiba Inu sell orders are 1 cent, 10 cent, and $1. That is Shiba Inu's sell orders, or around 10 cents and around $1. Now, in like manner, I've come to the conclusion that the sell orders for LUNC should be pretty much the same, like Shiba Inu. And why is that? Especially now that we've received these higher sell prices for LUNC. Well, I'm going to try to explain it to you. With knowing that LUNC is going to go to these higher numbers, right? Yet I've also stated that there's a pump that is coming to around 1 cent, and then we're going to have a pullback. Why wouldn't you want to put all of your money around that 1 cent area? Set all of your sell orders around that 1 cent area. Why wouldn't you want to do that? Okay, so let's say when this thing is about to play out, which no one knows exactly how it's going to play out. And then you put all of your money and all of your sell orders at around 1 cent for LUNC, right? Let's say that occurs. And then within a 3-week or even a month time, even as I've tried to explain to you guys before, I honestly don't believe that when this big pump comes, that $1 pump for LUNC, I don't believe that it's going to last beyond 1 month, beyond 3 weeks. I believe that is actually going to happen very fast, even as this brother here has told you that he saw. But that's what I personally believe. This is just based off of my opinion. I believe it's going to be very, very quick. So let's say it occurs within a 3-week to a month period, right? And then within that 3 weeks, something occurs to the internet or the power where you guys don't have any access to the internet or power, or perhaps it could also be a hack, or whatever the case may be. Something occurs where you no longer have any access to your exchange or to your wallets, etc. You don't have any access to make any trades during the period when LUNC is about to do these moves. And during that week, LUNC pumps all the way up to around 1 cent or even 2 cents. And let's say you would put all of your sell orders around that area. Then they're filled, right? But within this same week, LUNC proceeds to crash significantly, perhaps even down to 0, who knows? But it crashes and then rebounds within that same 3-week period all the way back up to $1 and even higher within that 3-week period, and then proceeds to crash again, all happening within that 3 to a month period. Now, this is just a hypothetical scenario. I'm not saying that that's exactly how it's going to play out. I'm just using an example, for you guys to learn for your education, you see. So that's the reason why you don't want to set all of your sell orders around the 1 cent area. You're going to want to set some around there and some up, I'd say, around the 10 cents area, as all of these brothers have seen, and most definitely some above $1. But now, something new that I myself even just discovered. It is also wisdom to set some at the higher numbers, even as this brother has seen, because he told you plainly that his sell order at $14 was filled. Now that is what we want to aim for too, guys. That right there is the wealth transfer, because a $14 sell order, that is literally life-changing money. You see, so there's no way we could receive a revelation like this and not take the steps to take advantage of this $14 price point. This is a direct revelation from Yah, and it is very, very important. You see, so in this way, the sell orders would be like Shiba Inu, because I have already received those sell orders for Shiba Inu. I already know where it's going to go and where to set up these sell orders for SHIB. But now this is new to me, the higher price points. Now I've heard it before that LUNC, will return to its old prices to well above $100. But I had thought that, that may come many years down the line. But receiving this and, thinking about it and searching it out, I believe that it is wisdom to have at least a sell order for LUNC around these prices as well, guys, just as well as the 1 cent price points. It is wisdom to also have sell prices for LUNC around the $14 area. You see, because you would profit substantially from having one of those sell orders being filled. So I would advise you guys to go ahead and strategically set up these sell orders. You see, set some around the 1 cent area, some around the 10 cents, and some around $1. He said that he first saw it go from 20 cents up to around 47 to 50 cents. Then it breached $1, and then it went to $5. Then it went to $10. And then the highest that he saw it was at $14. So you guys, please do with that information what you will, because I believe that that will be a bigger move. That will be the second pump. And we don't know the space between these pumps. We don't know how long. For all we know, anything is possible. It could spike up to 1 cent, and within a couple of days' time, it proceeds to make that second spike that will breach $1 and go beyond. We don't know, because we don't know how it will play out. It is wisdom to be positioned at these different price points. And he has given you more than enough information for you to decide where you're going to set your price points. If you're going to set some at around $5, around $9 to $10 area, and around the $14 to $15 area. Because like I've said, I've already heard prophecies of LUNC returning to $100 and something. You see, but we just don't know exactly how it will play out. But it's wisdom to be prepared in the case of, we losing power or losing access to the internet or to our phones. Several things can happen, guys. You see, that will cause us not to be able to trade. And if these moves are being made during that time period, you want to be ready. Now, what could cause LUNC to pump up to those higher numbers? Up to $5, $10, and even $14. Now, I've already explained to you guys several times that a Bitcoin collapse will most definitely contribute to LUNC rising from the ashes like the phoenix. Oh yes, and liquidity shifting into it, billions of dollars. And that is definitely one of the ways that it will do that. But also, LUNC's total supply is currently around 6 trillion. And there's also prophecy of LUNC burning down its total supply down to very, very low numbers, guys. You see, so burning, I believe, also is a way that it can also accomplish those higher numbers. And just recently, there's rumors of new exchanges listing LUNC and starting to burn its supply aggressively. Now, if that were to happen, that would obviously contribute to this type of rise as well. If we could get this 6 trillion total supply of LUNC to be burnt down to a much lower number, probably around 2 trillion or even 1 trillion overnight, guys, with that amount of burn, which I don't know how they could pull it off, because even to make the burn itself is expensive. But if they could pull it off, guys, if they could burn LUNC down from the 6 trillion down to at least 2 trillions, you see, or even a trillion, that would be even better. In no time, the price could return to over $100. It's not impossible as many people think. All they need to do is to establish a more effective and efficient burning mechanism on all of these exchanges. So, what am I doing in regards to LUNC? As I've stated before, guys, we are currently in a window. I personally have never seen LUNC so low. You know, like I've told you guys before, I remember when LUNC was much higher, I used to literally ask God for lower prices on LUNC, and now we have it. And a lot of people are still afraid to purchase and they're still uncertain, you see. But these prices, like I've said, guys, are more than a deal. LUNC has crashed over 100%, you see. And we are either at the bottoms for LUNC or we are very, very near to the bottom. You see, that is what I believe. And as a result, I'm storing up as much as I can in preparation for the pump, because I know that the pump is coming. The price for success with LUNC or any other cryptocurrency will be patience in the ups and downs in the markets. Considering how high LUNC is going to pump, like we've just heard from our brother, you know, around $5 up to $10, and even he said he had a sell order filling at around $14. Are you kidding me? Considering those prices, the price of LUNC currently is more than a steal. It can also even be considered as zero at these prices, at 40 is where it's at right now, 403 something. If LUNC is going to get up and pump up to those numbers, up to $10 to $14, then this price that is currently at it can be taken as zero. It can basically be considered as zero. You let me know in the comments if I'm wrong, if what I'm saying is wisdom. So, wisdom would be to be prepared, you see, to store up as much as you can afford to, send it over to your cold storage. You can leave some on the exchanges for your sell orders, of course. You know, in the case of like what I've just explained to you guys, you know, in the case of there's a blackout and you're not able to trade or gain access to your exchanges, etc. Yeah, you can leave some on the exchanges, but you want to also leave some on your cold storage, because you can't 100% trust any of these exchanges. Most definitely not. So if you guys want to use this information to your advantage, you know, position yourselves. The time to secure your future is now. We're in this window for coins like LUNC. Some still have more space to crash, and you guys already have an idea of all of those other coins. The majority that are out there right now, they have a lot more space to crash. You want to stay out of those coins, and you want to be in specific coins of which I've been telling you guys about, like LUNC and, you know, certain prophetic meme coins like, you know, BNB Tiger, Kishu Inu, etc. These basically are like hedges against the crash that is still ongoing. It's not finished yet. It's still ongoing. And we don't know how low Bitcoin is going to go and take the rest of the markets down with it. Now, that's all I'm going to say in this video. I wanted to just bring this information to your attention so that you may improve upon your sell limit orders for Luna Classic. Now, you guys, please take very good care of yourselves. Have a very happy Passover season. Peace, shalom. Until next time.